Hi. $2.15 with tax. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brian.
How's it going?
Brian, how are you?
Good.
What'd you buy?
It's a book on sleep paralysis.
What is sleep paralysis?
It's what they call experiences where a person says they're lying in their bed, but they can't move and they can't breathe.
Hasn't happened to me. Thanks.
Really?
Yeah, several times. First it was scary, and I thought it was just a nightmare. How about you?
Twice that I can remember. First time I panicked because I felt like there was these dark things.
Like shadows looming over you?
Yeah. Trippy. It's like we're talking about the same experience. I just want to read this book, find out if it's happened to other people.
You ever, seen someone out of the corner of your eye, but when you looked, they were gone?
Yeah, all the time when I was a kid. I remember I was home one time, alone, and I distinctly saw someone standing in the kitchen. I was in the living room. I remember thinking, I guess everybody hasn't left yet. So I looked into the kitchen, expecting to see my stepmom or my brother or my sister or something, and nobody was there. I went outside, all the vehicles were gone. I was tripping. What had I seen? Was it an optical illusion?
I read somewhere that there could be these beings that exist, here but slightly out of phase or whatever. All the ghosts and aliens and fleeting glimpses are collectively these shadow beings.
Interesting. But just because I saw something in the corner of my eye doesn't mean that they're beings from another dimension, whatever.
Even after all the myths you've read about fairy and otherworldly people who were there one minute and not the next?
I believe there was something to generate those tales, but those are stories that have been handed down from word of mouth over generation to generation. The fairy could have been just some cunning and, sly woods folk, and the reason they disappeared is because they jumped behind a tree or something.
You feel there's something more to it, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I mean, that's why I endeavor to gather information.
Well, I gotta get back to work. Thank God it's Friday.
All right, well, later on.
Oh, don't forget about that get-together at Cars tonight.
That seance crap stuff.
Come on, you said you'd go this time.
Okay, all right, see you.
Okay, Brian's turn.
No, that's okay.
Come on, it's fun. This is a reading of Brian. Past and origin, future and expectation, the inner manifestations, the outer manifestations, the quintessence. Okay. Your past or origin card is composure. You have gathered what you need. Your future card is trial, a testing, an evaluation, a reflection. Your inner card is solution. The answers are within you. But your outer card is realization and says that you are still growing to that point in which the answers are externally manifested. The quintessence, the overall theme, is power. Your future evaluations and reflections will help you realize your destiny and healing. The solutions are inside you, and you have gathered what you need to realize that destiny.
Yeah, and that means what? It sounds like life in general to me.
Seance time?
Yeah, I'm with Ankara. Besides, Miss Cleo, those aren't real tarot cards.
Yes, they are, Alistair. They're just not the original design. Besides, it's not the cards that divine anyway, they're just the focal points.
Yeah, whatever.
Who are we gonna contact this time?
How about Osama bin Laden?
Who says he's dead? It's never been confirmed he's been found or seen. He's more like Osama bin Bigfoot.
Ooh, good point. Even better, Saddam Hussein.
How about Ankara's love life? It's dead. How about the fairy folk?
That's a good one. Can't say they're dead, though.
No, but they do live in the other world.
Supposedly.
Besides, why do we need to contact dead people?
I was thinking about this book I got today on sleep paralysis. It's when people are laying in their bed and they can't move or
And there are
breathe.
these shadowy creatures
Hello,
living.
I was talking.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me several times. Isn't it some kind of like sleeping disorder?
Or waking disorder. Kind of like when you're in between awake and asleep, kind of like in a limbo. What about you, Kat?
You know, I think I can remember something like that. Like something was pressing down on my chest, and I swear I could see some old woman sitting on me. And sometimes I feel like I'm being watched, yet there's no way anybody could be watching me.
Oh, yeah, me too. Except it was more like a dream because I could move around. It was at night, and there was this bright light coming from outside, like a spotlight. I got up from bed to investigate, and as I slowly crept into the living room, I looked out my window, and I could see all these like shadowy people milling about down in the parking lot for my apartment. Suddenly, one of them realized I was looking at them, and it alerted the others pointing up at me. They started toward my apartment. I crouched down near the window, thinking they were coming after me. I was paralyzed with fear. Then I could hear them at the front door trying to get in. Then I woke up.
Okay, so we've all seen these shadow beings at least once in our life.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's find out who they are. I don't know, guys. This is kind of creepy.
Oh, it'll be okay. We've done seances before and nothing bad has ever happened.
Yeah, like anything could happen.
Okay, everyone. Hold hands. Let's close our eyes. Breathe deeply. Feel the energy flow through you. Try to clear your mind of words and only have the thought of breathing. All that is coming and all that will be, we are here to contact that which we have seen, living as shadows, watching us all. Bring them to vision in our beck and call.
That's it?
Yeah, well, ask and wait. Sometimes takes a few moments.
Yeah. The cool part is you can usually tell if you have spirit sign. Sometimes lighter element things like smoke and flame.
Something is definitely here.
Whoa. This doesn't happen. This is happening. What was that?
Did you see its eyes? I thought you said this was gonna be okay.
Way too freaking creepy, man. We've never had anything like this happen at a seance before.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting an actual manifestation. Something unusual is going on. Let's call it a night.
Yeah, that's about all the seance I need to experience. I'm out of here. Okay?
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of sleepy anyway. I think I'm gonna get going. I'm not too sure how much sleep I'm gonna get after seeing that creature. Good night, guys. Don't let the shadow beings bite.
Did you see that thing? Looked like some kind of freaking demon. I may know someone that may be able to help us out. It's this homeless guy. He says he used to be a Catholic priest.
Huh. Well, how well do you know this person?
No, not well, but I've seen him around from time to time for about 10 years now. I'll give him a call first thing in the morning.
Okay, sure. And I'll make a few calls and hit the books in the morning, too. Okay, good night.
All right.
They're watching you too. They've been here for millennia, waiting for enough to be on this side. They herd us like sheep.
What do you mean waiting for enough?
Don't talk to me. I'm crazy. They leave you alone if you're crazy. Create. Don't manipulate. You bloody son of a keeper.
Maybe I should drink then. Or maybe I should go to the store. Don't mind if I do.
I know a park where we could start looking for that guy I mentioned last night.
The one who claims he was an old priest?
I usually see him at the same park in the middle of town.
Do you think it would help to try to find this guy? I mean, does he have an address or a phone number or something?
No. But, I think he knows something about what we experienced last night.
Might as well. I haven't been able to find anything. Does this guy live under a bridge or something?
Actually, yeah.
That's close enough. No one followed you?
No.
Have a set. Welcome to my humble abode.
We were wondering if you could help us. We were performing a seance last night and something happened that usually doesn't happen.
When are people going to stop meddling in that which they do not comprehend?
I comprehend just fine. My family's been practicing the art for many generations, and nothing like this has ever happened before. And why are you hiding?
You may be one of them.
Some creatures appeared before us. It, like, manifested from shadow.
Fools! Those demons were cast into the abyss for a reason. I've performed over 100 exorcisms. And do you know how 90% of those people got possessed? By sticking their nose in where it don't belong and releasing them demons from the abyss. You know, curiosity kills the cat.
Well, can you help us exorcise these demons away?
No, I don't do that anymore.
Why not?
Because I, or any priest for that matter, wasn't actually casting them back into the abyss. We only coerce them to go elsewhere, take possession of something else. Not always people, but sometimes creatures in order for them to get away. For 8,000 years we thought we knew what we were doing.
8,000 years?
They're in control of the nations, you know. They're everywhere. And those that aren't possessed are mere puppets being controlled by the shadow government.
This guy's cracked. Let's go.
Hold on.
Keep a close eye on each other. If any of you is acting strangely, they may be possessed.
Well, if you won't perform the exorcism, at least tell us how.
Well, it's simple. Just tell them to leave.
Leave?
Well, in Jesus' name, of course. Worked for me.
Let's go.
By the way, you left the door open. Good luck.
What's going on?
Now which way? Hey! Where's my book? Where the frail am I?
I bring no aggression. May I share your fire? Thanks. I'm Brian Borg.
I know.
And you are?
Enki, the Anunnaki.
Where am I?
You're on a world parallel to your own.
Parallel world? How did I get here?
You passed through the veil when you followed me.
Passed through the veil?
Yes,
Were you the one moving my coffee cup?
yes,
Why?
to get your attention.
I can see this is going to be one of those cryptic Q&A sessions. I think you have my attention now. Why am I here?
Long before our worlds, the Ancient Ones had come to the conclusion that what they observed as the universe was actually a part of an interference pattern of many universes, an omniverse. This concept explained the inexplicable. Instead of wondering about other civilizations out there, they started wondering about other civilizations right here, but in a parallel verse. They realized that the universes were separated by some kind of veil that was infinitely thin and infinite in volume. The calculations that showed this were first thought to be mathematical nonsense. Then, a few centuries later, they discovered a singularity anomaly, which you would call a black hole that corresponded to the equations pointing toward a veil.
An event horizon.
Yes, very good.
I think I get the part where they understand the physics behind this, but who are the Ancient Ones?
We don't know exactly when or where they are from, except they're from a parallel world like yours and mine. One day,
a holy among them was able to contact a being through the veil and bring that being to their universe. Up until that day, their scientists scoffed at the method used. It's something they didn't expect. It involved consciousness.
Consciousness? How does that open the doorway?
The Ancient Ones realized that the substrate of the universe was composed of quantum black holes and white holes, popping in and out of existence at a certain rate, creating quantum frames. These subparticle black holes connected every universe with every other universe in a random-like order, making the universe appear like some kind of quantum foam, and like the random number generators in your world.
They could be manipulated through thought. I read about an experiment where they had people try to manipulate the numerical display of a particle counter. You're saying the Ancient Ones realized how to use mind over matter?
They realized that consciousness affects space-time at its most fundamental level. The mystics endeavored to study and practice the manipulation of space-time through consciousness. They visited other worlds and shared the technology to traverse the veil. One such civilization used the technology to pillage and enslave other worlds. They became known as the Evil Ones. In order to stop the carnage, the mystics of the Ancient Ones used their skills in an attempt to closing and sealing the portals from which the universe the Evil Ones came from. As a result, their universe was made inert, and the Evil Ones were trapped in between the worlds.
Inert? You mean they can no longer open the portals from their side?
No, their universe merely ceased to exist. This was not the intent of the mystics. Any one of them on this side of the veil could not return. They tried to cross the veil, however, it was soon found after that the Evil Ones were stuck in between the worlds. They can't communicate across the veil, but their entities cannot pass through without help from this side. They were trapped out of their own ignorance. The Ancient Ones decided this was a just punishment.
Okay, nice story, but how do I fit into all this?
We, the Watchers, have been trying to raise the consciousness of your kind for millennia. Some have been gifted enough to be chosen. However, we feel you have the knowledge and skills to help us stop the Evil Ones from realizing their goals.
If you've been here for all this millennia, how come I've never heard of your people being here?
We are mentioned in an ancient text stolen from a museum in a country known as Samaria. I believe now it is what you call Iraq. We have come to your people many different times in many different ways. We have been called angels, fairy, genius, and gods.
Shadow beings?
Anyone not in any world all at once. Such is the fate of the Evil Ones. Their consciousness cannot manifest physically in this world as you or I can. Thus they appear as shadows, neither here nor there.
Those ancient texts you mentioned. We were told some looters stole some scrolls amongst other artifacts. But as far as I know, they were never translated.
Mere looters did not take them. The Evil Ones have been able to possess some of mankind and took the tablets to hide any proof of trace that they exist.
How can I help? I mean, up until now, everything you've mentioned has been nothing more than myths, fairy tales, and legends. I know how the parallel universe fits in with quantum mechanics, but you're asking me to believe in magical, mythical things, beings.
Stare into the fire, take in slow, deep breaths. You cannot stop thinking, but you can manipulate the flow. Let your consciousness be the fire. Then shift to your breathing, then back again to the fire. Good. When you reach a point where there is no difference between you and the flame, I have something to show you. That's it. Back and forth.
Now where are we?
We're in between the worlds. Beyond the veil is the unmanifest, pure potentiality. What you see here is only perception. This is the way your consciousness makes sense of this place. We cannot let them cross the veil. That would cause an imbalance. Enough of an imbalance could bring down the veil. Can you imagine what the world would be like if they succeed?
Chaos.
Nothing is impossible to the initiated mind. Look, you can see your world from here.
All I can see is a bunch of rapid, disjointed images.
Think of something important to you.
Natasha. Well, I got something to tell you. And the next thing I know, I'm back in my apartment, and Natasha's knocking on my door.
No way. Are you sure you weren't smoking rope?
Yeah, nylon rope.
No, it really happened. The really problem I can see is I don't know how I'm supposed to help. And this veil thing. This sounds familiar, though. I think I've read about this before.
Here's something. Talking about Celtic cosmology. There is actually an outer world. Actually, outer worlds, which can symbolically be thought to be above this one. Its symbolic height is really a reflection of a higher dimensionality. It is a parallel universe coexisting with this one. It is difficult to reach, but it may be reached through hidden doorways into this realm, which may appear anywhere. The most common apertures into these other worlds are through ancient burial mounds or at sacred wells or trees.
That's not much help. Sacred wells and burial grounds?
Well, at least shows that the Celts knew about the parallel worlds and that there was a way to cross between them.
There's more. The Celts had a concept of in-between places, where the veil between this world and the other world was at its thinnest. Certain places and times of year were designated as in-between places, i.e. crossroads, fog, and Samhain.
What's Samhain? It's what we call Halloween.
I remember now. That's why I read about the veil. That's why we have that ghostly, ghouly tradition on Halloween. That's when the veil is the thinnest. That's when the living and the dead can pass between the worlds.
And they used to burn bonfires in order to ward off evil spirits that might cross.
I wonder if those were the creatures that Anki was trying to tell me about. I wonder if they were trying to ward them off from crossing between the worlds.
He said they wanted to take down the veil. Maybe you're supposed to keep them from doing so.
But how?
He said something about consciousness.
Yeah, he showed me how to cross the veil. But why?
Okay, so this veil, it's an in-between place? So, I'm not feeling good. Would you like to go lay down? You can use my bed. Yeah.
The shoreline was considered to be an in-between place because it was neither dry land nor was it the sea. These in-between places were considered powerful.
So why aren't these evil beings / evil ones powerful?
Because they're already there. They are in between. Neither alive nor dead. Maybe they need to be in flesh. I don't know.
I've always been curious about what that would be like. You know, being undead.
Didn't you say he mentioned an imbalance?
Yeah, an imbalance could bring down the veil.
An imbalance of what?
I'm not sure. Anki said these shadow beings could exist on this side of the veil, with help from this side of the veil. Perhaps that's the imbalance. If they could get on this side of the veil.
Like during a seance. You know, it's warned that if you don't end a ritual properly, it can result in madness or possession. I'm gonna go get some talisman for protection.
Oh, I just remembered. Yesterday morning I went bike riding and had the weirdest experience. It was like all these people were watching me. I don't know if it was just a coincidence or paranoia. Some homeless guy came up to me and said they've been here for millennia and they're watching you too. He also said something about them trying to get enough over. What if these people were these shadow beings? I mean, could they be possessed by these demons?
Oops.
What do you mean, oops?
Well, when that thing scared us Friday night, we didn't end the ritual at all.
Great! You mean we've released demons upon the world?
Are you guys thirsty?
Yeah, I'd like some water.
Yeah, me too.
I thought you were gonna lie down.
I just needed a cat nap. I saw one of them outside the door.
Well, are you sure you just didn't see your reflection?
Yes, I saw my reflection, but I also saw a shadow person with red eyes.
There's nothing here now.
Tarsay win Treon Shigil till they got on Faya a will.
Something's wrong.
Leia Freya son. Tarsay
Kat, what are you doing?
Tasha?
We're opening the veil.
Tasha, stop it!
Say Ilja about one. Come thou Nade.
God, in Jesus' name.
Who?
Come thou Nade, I pray I'm the son. I will burn the rose over. Come thou Nade. Yes? Come thou Nade, I pray our son. Tarsay win Treon Shigil till they got a fair o will. Say Ilja and Baba. Come thou Nade, I pray our son. Brian, what?
Barrenular tan hier bestaan er vierde. Baruch Hashem kavod asiv arvila. Take it easy. You hit your head pretty solid.
Natasha?
And Kat. I dragged them into the garage.
Alistair?
My nose is broken, man.
I think he'll be okay.
What are we gonna do? The police will never believe this.
I think I've managed to send them back. Looks like the old school exorcism doesn't work. I knew that priest was a cracked pot.
Priest?
Well, he's this homeless guy who said he used to be a priest. I've heard him talk about things that later came to pass. That's why I don't think he's cracked, any more than you or I.
What did he have to say?
Not much. He said that demons were controlling the earth and the governments.
And he also said he's been helping us with the demons for the past 8,000 years. He must have been talking about some kind of order, like the priesthood.
The Catholic priesthood hasn't been around that long. The homeless guy I saw at the park said something about they'd been here for millennia. Do homeless people have a corner on this information or something?
Okay, so a lot of people are possessed and have been for a long time. That old priest did say that if you do an exorcism, you move them from one body to another. But how do we get them back over to the other side?
Did he say anything else?
Oh, yeah. When we were leaving, he said, by the way, you left the door open.
Yeah, I thought that was really strange. I thought he meant that we were leaving, from his humble abode and not closing the door.
Well, wait a minute. I mean, we've been talking about crossing veils and going through doors. Maybe that's what he meant. Maybe he was talking about the door that we opened in the seance and not his real door.
But it's closed now. Well, I think.
And Enki told me I was supposed to help them from bringing down the veil. There's got to be another door.
I told you he says things that come to pass.
A place where the veil isn't thinnest.
It's got to be an in-between place. And I think I know where there is one. It's a bit of a hike to get there. I forgot all about it until the episode with Enki. It's a place I used to go as a kid. It always felt sacred there for me. Alright, this is the spot. Right here.
Okay.
I think.
Let's go. Did you say this land was haunted?
That's why my grandfather was able to get so many acres. Nobody else wanted it. And then the government ended up buying a lot of the acres from him and they put a base up there.
You know where it is?
No, but I can show you where it used to be.
So they packed up and moved?
Not exactly. I used to go up to my special spot and I could see the base from up there. And then one day I went up there and it was gone. I mean, there's a few nuts or bolts, but other than that, it just vanished.
Just disappeared?
I guess. I mean, we would have heard the trucks or helicopters moving everything away.
You mean they moved the pavement?
Farther to this place of yours?
A couple miles, I think.
Why do you think they had a base up here?
I don't know, but with all we've been experiencing with parallel worlds and demons, maybe they were experimenting with crossing the veil.
That old priest did say they were controlling the nations.
And Enki said these beings were responsible for taking those tablets from the museum in Iraq.
Those ones that were stolen after the war?
Yes, they were trying to hide the evidence of their existence.
Oh, maybe that's why the base disappeared, to hide evidence.
Could be, but overnight?
What do you think, Alistair?
I think we're not getting there fast enough.
You of all people, I would think, would be interested in the shadow beings in connection with stolen text.
I just want to get this over with.
Take a break.
Yeah, I gotta go take a piss.
He knows all about that ancient Sumerian stuff. He's always talking about it. Now he doesn't care if those ancient texts talk about beings from another universe?
What are you trying to say?
He's not himself.
Kat and Natasha are dead. Demons are in possession of powerful people. I'm barely keeping it together myself.
It's just something that priest said. He said that acting strangely could be a sign of possession, like with Kat and Natasha.
I thought he said he was a cracked pot.
I don't know. I've known Alistair for 13 years, and that's not him.
It's been over 2 miles.
I haven't been here since I was a kid.
We're not lost, are we?
No, I remember that tree and these rocks. Familiar.
Why does this remind me of a lost civilization?
Looks just like the place where Enki brought me.
Man, what's in here? There is a door open. Brothers, this way!
on here?
Not exactly hell. We're in between the worlds again.
Damn it, no more riddles in ancient history. What is going on?
I told you, this is all a perception. From the unmanifest is pure potentiality. All universes are connected from quantum black holes. Quantum waves can pass through these portals.
Quantum waves? How does that answer my freaking question?
Thoughts are quantum waves. Do you remember when I asked you to think of something important to you, and that reality appeared before you?
Yeah. You mean all this time I've been creating my own reality? A reality where Natasha was killed? Then I should be able to create a reality where Natasha wasn't killed.
Yes, I told you this a long time ago. Remember?
When I was 8, I used to come up here. Why didn't I remember you?
You weren't supposed to remember me, only the mission. However, you weren't remembering that either. Haven't you ever wondered why you had such a drive to learn everything you could about the universe?
You mean I was programmed?
In a way. You volunteered to help. You said you wanted to help us keep the demons from crossing over. So we trained you, prepared you. However, you weren't supposed to let anyone know about it.
Yeah, like I said, I was programmed. Well, did it work? Did I stop the demons?
Not yet.
Okay, if I'm creating my own reality, then I should be able to create a reality where none of this has ever happened.
Remember, be careful what you wish for.
Great! Don't manipulate.
Hey, do you know about the shadow beings?
You mean the shadow people? Yes. I see them whenever I'm not drinking. They call it the DTs.
Oh. What did you mean create, don't manipulate?
What do you mean?
You were shaking your fist at the sky, yelling, create, don't manipulate.
I never said that.
Oh, there's no beer. Maybe I should drink that. Go to the store. Good idea. Well, the keys.
We're discussing the gray problem with the electronics technician and the ET specialist / physicist Robert Gabo. There have been many concerns among the Earthlings or Earth inhabitants that extraterrestrials that are visiting us, we don't know if they're benevolent or dangerous or whatever. So, Mr. Felbo, someone like say me or one of the audience were to see an alien, should we say hello, dial 911, call the military?
Well, let me tell you, I think whether they're benevolent or not is not the issue. I mean, was Christopher Columbus malevolent? I mean, when he landed on the shores, if those Indians had just shot him and killed him as he stepped off his boat, they wouldn't have the problems they have today. And as far as approaching them, we don't know what kind of diseases they have. Remember, Columbus brought a lot of diseases to America, wiped out a lot of Indians, so you got to be careful. As far as what you should do, you know, if you're out in the woods and you happen to have a high-power rifle and they didn't see you, I think it's every Earthling's duty to shoot to kill. Remember, the only good gray is the dead gray.
So it's pretty good. I think that the United States, our Constitution, gives us the right to bear arms.
And true, and
So our forefathers were kind of like thinking ahead then.
And you don't need a hunting license because hunting licenses are for particular species.
So the main thing would probably be just to stay away from them if you don't have a gun.
Well, yeah, generally they've got some superior technology, and chances are they'll see you before you see them. But if you ever do surprise them, every American duty to shoot them to kill.
Well, what exactly is the laws against, like, say, shooting an alien?
Well, as far as I know, we have no laws on our books about shooting aliens from space. I mean, we can't shoot endangered species, but they're generally spelled out, American eagles, you know, and the fish and whatever.
So what's your view on cattle mutilation?
Well, cattle mutilations are pretty interesting. We're not really sure what they're up to there. Why are they actually taking our cows? They take a few organs out, eat the rest of the meat. Sounds a little bit like what was going on with the buffalo. We just cut their tongue and leave the rest. So maybe they're out to do what Buffalo Bill did in the early 1800s, where they would go out and cut buffalo, take the tongue.
Thank you.
What the hell? Hey, Cara, that looks like Agent Larry. I guess that means I got Agent Curly. And that must be Maul. That's Maul. That's who it is. That's Maul. That's right. The Three Stooges are escorting us to prison. I love it. It's great. You guys can
Come on, man.
No, no, no! How can this be? Did I cause this? I've got to change it. They'll know I know them.
Hello, sir. I'm with the Coalition for Cannabis, and we're trying to raise consciousness of people to let them know that cannabis can help you see through the veil of the bureaucracy and maybe see through the obstacle illusion that you've been taught all your life.
I'm not really interested.
Not interested?
Yeah.
How about if I just leave this pamphlet with you, and
yeah, sure.
maybe sometime you can check it out.
All right.
Thank you.
Brian!
Come on in, George.
Where have you been the past 3 days?
3 days? What do you mean?
I've been waiting for you.
try but cannot hide. So you run away, so far away, into the shadows of your mind. Your soul away. All you try, it cannot hide. Into the shadows creeping, no heart starts beating. You try but cannot hide. So you run away, so far away, into the shadows of your mind.
Hotel 6000, the subject is in it. Hotel 6000, the subject is in it the night. Hotel 6000, the subject is in it. Hotel 6000, the subject is in it the night. Hotel 6000, the subject is in it. Hotel 6000, the subject is in it the night window belongs to room 204. She's very upset about toxic waste that she believes in her room.